as we are in game number 2. Hwang's Black-Red aggro deck here. Let's take a look at Monastery, Swiftspear's Rabble Master, and Zergo Bell Striker. You see Thunderbreak Region, a couple Goblin tokens from Goblin Rabble Master in play. On the other side for Xavier, does have a Death Mist Raptor and a Rattleclaw Mystic.
So this looks to be a little bit more of the Ross Miriam school. No main deck copies of Xenagos in this list.
(17-16) in favor of Hwang. So let's see what Biron can put together on his side of the table, as it looks to be his turn as we join this one in progress. He's the one reaching for mana after all. Being Black-Red does bring some options to the table that we haven't really seen much of. A card like Kolaghan's Command, for example.
People have been talking a lot about that card, mostly in Mardu shells. Red-Black also a deck that can play it, obviously. And it's a very versatile, very powerful card for Red-Black beatdown decks. It's not, I don't think the power level is as high as, say, Dramoka's Command, but this card's got some serious power.
And those 4 modes, I like most of them. Even Destroy Target Artifact, well, it might not come up that much in Standard. It'll come up enough with Pupa Veribos decks around.
You know, the other modes all provide utility for this sort of beatdown deck. Getting one of your quality threats out of your graveyard is nice. Good against early creatures. You know, it's none of the modes are overwhelming, but it's much the same story as Primal Command. None of the modes are overwhelming, but the total package is very nice.
Death Mist Raptor came into the red zone. Down Hwang. 3 points of damage. It's down to 14. Here's a Dragon Fodder, so that's 2 more Goblins. Total of 4 out there, and then a Thunderbreak Regent. Thunderbreak's going to come in and take care of Xenagos, it seems, and it will. Pass that turn back over to Biron.
Yeah, I like not racing here with Xavier at no cards in hand. Game's going to probably go on for a number of turns. You don't want to let that Xenagos just hang around, especially if Xavier rips some way to kill your dragon.
Death Mist. Is it time to start chump blocking yet? 14's a lot of life.
I don't think it's time to start chump blocking. It may be time to triple block, but because these tokens are powerful against the Rattleclaw and the Xenagos token here, I can see mustering a triple block. I guess Hyuk's plan here is just to have the flyer go uncontested.
That's the big plan. You saw the chump block. An attack for 4. Biron going to shrug his shoulders, go down to 12. Just a passing of the turn. So Death Mist Raptor will untap. Xavier will draw. At least a 1 land over there. Not a lot going on here for Biron. His last turn was just an attack with Death Mist Raptor. This turn, gonna send in with that Satyr token too.
Now, even though it looks from Hyuk's side that, well, I should probably not block here so I can crack back for a lot, if Hyuk is willing to lead back only his Xavier's willing to lead back only his Rattleclaw Mystic, it sort of implies he has some big blocker to play post-combat. So the chump blocking strategy may not change from Hyuk's side because Xavier's sort of saying you're not going to get to crack back.
Well, it was a chump block of the Death Mist Raptor. 2 damage came across. It's 12-12. As in Hyuk will draw. Both these players seem to be drawing lands in this situation. 4 more in the air. Biron down to 8. Is there a follow-up play? Yes, there is. It's another Dragon Fodder.
And the way this game is going now, this is a pretty good spot for Hyuk. You know, just more chump blockers. Xavier's showing that he can't answer the dragon, and so just keep the ground gummed up here and let your flyer carry the day.
Biron take an exaggerated draw step. Has he found something useful yet?
Yeah, Draconic Roast appears to be one of the cards in his hand. A mountain. And don't know what he just picked up this turn.
Looks like it may have been a copy of Stormbreath Dragon.
Stormbreath is big here, a great blocker, obviously, and 2 copies of Haven of the Spirit Dragon on Xavier's side of the table. If he's able to cobble together a trade with the Thunder, with the Regent here, then he can start getting his Stormbreath Dragon back. Hyuk doesn't have a lot going on besides, so could get the game turnaround.
Because those Goblin tokens, well, those are not attacking.
No.
Biron going to take a moment to assess the board and the situation. He'll attack with the 2 creatures on the ground again. Looks like just a single block yet again. So 2 damage will come across. Hwang will go down to 10. There's a mountain. And we have ourselves a defensive Stormbreath Dragon with Draconic Roar in hand. Removal spell, Stoke the Flames. I'll take care of that. Back to Hwang we go. He'll draw. That's an Arc Lightning.
And I mean, that can kill the Rattleclaw Mystic, go to Xavier, and the attack slip for lethal.
Yeah.
This should be good.
Rattleclaw's going to add some mana, a little bluff here. I suppose he can actually cast Draconic Roar, so it's not a total bluff. He gets to add a mana, Draconic Roar gets to kill a token, but Biron goes down to 6.
Well, Hyuk's going to say declare combat,
yep,
and that forces the hand here.
Yep, and that's going to do it. And Hyuk Young is going to win this match over Xavier Biron, 2 games to 0. He's 5-0 with black-red aggro.
And this is an interesting deck, let's say the least. There's the 4 copies of Dragon Fodder here, and it looks like 0 copies of Whirling Outburst, 11 total creatures in the deck, 4 copies of Monastery Swiftspear, 4 copies of Goblin Wild Master, 3 copies of Zergo Bellstriker. So very removal heavy, a lot of burn. I mean, this is a deck to pay attention to.